Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you how we got this hair and makeup look. I can't even remember the last time that I did a cut crease, but I'm really loving this one. I'm obsessed with like pastel colors right now, especially since we're moving into spring. This is actually my second time filming with this hair. The first time that I filmed with it, I looked back at my footage and it was just trash. Like there were two different lighting situations going on without me realizing it in the midst of me filming and everything, and it was just a hot mess when I looked back at the footage. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna have to do a take two with this. The wig that I'm wearing today is also from DIVASWIGS. They are sponsoring today's video, so shout out to them. We're always on some chill vibes over here, so grab a snack, or grab a drink, and also subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before we get started, and also click on that little notification bell if you want to get notified anytime that I make a new upload. And yeah, so I'm gonna keep this intro short and sweet, so if you want to see how I got this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm going to start applying this wig. I already have the lace cut because this is actually my second time filming with this wig. The first time around, I really liked the look that I did, but for some reason, when I was going through the footage, it literally looked like it was just like my first time filming. Like all of the lighting settings were just like way off. I'm actually praying that this one actually looks good because I just switched around some of like the color things going on my camera. So I'm like hoping that it actually looks okay when I go back and look at this footage. Ain't nobody got time to be filming for a third time. And to secure my lace, I'm gonna use a combination of these two products. These are both from ORS, Olive Oil. This is the Fix It Super Hold Spray and the Wig Grip Gel. I'm gonna go in with the hair gel first, and we're just gonna start in the center here. So once I have the lace in position, then I'm gonna go in with my hairspray, spray that directly on top of the lace, and then I'll use my blow dryer to dry everything down. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my edges now. I didn't cut any edges in the last time that I filmed with this video because I had like a little bang, so there was really like no need because it was all basically covered. So I'm gonna be starting from scratch with my edges. So I'm trimming my edges using a little razor, and then to style them, I'm gonna use this Extreme hair gel. I love using this hair gel because it's really light. It doesn't like make my hair like crunchy. Today's been pretty chill so far though. I haven't really done much of anything besides I went to the gym earlier this morning, and that's pretty much all I've done so far today. I don't know what it is, guys, but I feel like I'm becoming like obsessed with the gym. Like it's so weird. I've literally gone to the gym every single day for like the last like week or so. It's really crazy. I don't know what it is, but I'm just becoming like obsessed with it. The Stairmaster, like the Stairmaster is becoming like my thing. I really love to work out and exercise, but it's been nice doing something other than, you know, going for super long jogs and stuff. So I've been really enjoying it. It's been hella fun. I love it. There's actually a topic that I wanted to touch on in this video that I spoke about the last time that I filmed with this wig. I remember mentioning that I was thinking about going to like a solo dinner that night because I was doing my hair, I did my makeup. I think it's good to have those moments where you do things by yourself. I feel like a lot of times we stop ourselves from doing things that we actually want to do because we feel, you know, like we have to have someone with us to do them, when in actuality, like you can honestly do a lot of the things that you really want to do by yourself. If the pandemic didn't do anything, I think it exposed a lot of us to really understanding how important it is to enjoy your own company. You know, just being indoors for long periods of time, I think that was kind of like a first for a lot of people. I would definitely encourage you to do whatever it is that you really want to do regardless of whether or not you have somebody do it with you. Like, don't let the fact that you don't have somebody to share the experience with stop you from doing what it is that makes you happy. Like, if you're trying to go like bungee jumping off of a cliff or something and nobody wants to go with you, but you know it's on your bucket list and you know you have like a professional with you, those are the types of experiences that I'm talking about. Make sure that you're safe, of course. Don't be doing anything reckless by yourself. I know it can be kind of strange because you're by yourself and everything, but that couple of minutes of discomfort, it definitely goes away after a while, especially once you're like in the moment and enjoying the experience. But then again, this is all coming from somebody that has no friends, so you know, there's that. I don't know why, but I've been finding it really difficult to like make friends. So at this point, I'm just kind of taking it as like the universe's way of saying this is time that I need to be spending by myself. It was really bothering me. I was just like talking to myself like, man, like, what's wrong with me? Like, I've been here for a few months. I feel like I should probably have like a friend or two or something, or like some sort of acquaintance or something. And it's like, I'm just out here like solo. The only people that I really talk to are kind of like my family members and stuff. Of course, like every other millennial, you know, I went to YouTube and searched like, why don't I have any friends? I literally did that. I went into YouTube and searched like, why don't I have any friends? I'm starting to regret sharing this because that literally sounds so freaking lame, but I feel like this can probably help somebody, so I'm gonna continue. I found this video on YouTube of this guy. He was basically explaining like why you might not be like making friends or like have any friends at that time and why that's okay. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't have any friends, like you're basically like by yourself and you know, you just don't have any friends, like that's okay. Like, it's okay to be in that situation. And honestly, it can be a really, really amazing situation. That's valuable time that you could be using to connect with yourself rather than trying to use it to connect with other people. And I feel like that's kind of like the position that I'm in right now in my life. The way that my life is kind of moving right now, it's pushing me to spend that time that I would probably want to spend like connecting with other people and using it instead to better myself and to connect with myself, get to know myself a little bit better. Once I got their perspective, it really changed my outlook on how I was spending my time alone, because of course it's all about intention. Anybody can spend long periods of time by themselves, but if you're using that time to be on your phone or watching TV or something like that, your growth isn't going to be at the same level as someone that may have spent the same exact time meditating, journaling, reading, that type of thing. So that's kind of like the mindset that I've been on these last like couple of weeks or two, and it's been really amazing. I'm learning new things about myself that I like that I never really thought I'd like going to the gym. Like, that's never been something that has ever, you know, been like a thing for me. Anyway, yeah, I'm all done with my edges now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do my hairstyle. I think instead of doing like the bangs like I had last time, I'm gonna do like 2 braids because I had all this parting space here. I think this is like 6 inches worth of parting space. So I'm just like, we need to do something with that. So I think I'm just going to do a center part and do like 2 braids, kind of like a crown. This wig has tons and tons of parting space. Like, that part goes all the way back there. It's awesome. I think I want to also do like some beach waves for like the rest of the hair with like my crimper. So, but I think I'm gonna do that after I'm done with my makeup. So we're just going to do the hairstyle first for now and save that for later because I want those waves to be like nice and fresh. I'm gonna go back in with my styling gel here. As I'm braiding, I'm just going to use a little bit of that hair gel I get on my fingers, so that way all of this hair lies like super flat and it stays tucked into the braid. now I'm just gonna go in with my hairspray. I'm using the Got To Be High Insta-Hold hairspray, and I'm just gonna tag any flyaways that may be kind of like sticking up, especially on the braid here. Like, I'm not like the most advanced braider, so there's like a few hairs that are kind of just like sticking up. So we're just gonna press those little guys down. I'm gonna add some waves, but I definitely want to do my makeup first before I do that. I'm also gonna be leaving all of the information for this hair down below in the description box. So if you need links or just need info on the hair that I'm wearing, then just make sure to check there. I'm gonna leave it all in the description box. All right, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for the hair at this point. I'm just gonna pull this back into a ponytail so that way it doesn't get in my way anymore when I do my makeup. So let's go ahead and get into this makeup look. All right guys, so first thing first, I'm gonna go in with skincare. I'm using the Versed Skin Soak Rich Moisture Cream, and I'm just gonna use that to moisturize the skin. Of course, we wanna moisturize really well before we go in with foundation and everything. So we're doing that first, and then I'm gonna go in with my primer. I'm using this new primer from Rare Beauty. This is their Pore Diffusing Primer. Yeah, I just wanted to test it out because I got it in PR like the day before I filmed this look, so I was just kind of curious to see how it works. It's okay. It's not like, you know, my favorite thing in the world, but it's not bad or anything like that. It's just kind of like your average pore minimizing, smoothing primer, yada yada. Then I'm gonna go in with foundation. I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation today. This one is in shade Medium Deep 2.3, also known as Morea. I think that's how you say the name. I'm gonna apply this using a flat synthetic brush first, and then I'll go in with my blender. The sponge that I'm using today is from Beauty Bakery. I love, 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 love their sponges. They come in a set of 6, and I think it's like $18 or something like that. So that means you're paying $3 for one sponge. Enough said. So once I'm done with my foundation, I'm gonna go in with some concealer. I'm actually using a, this isn't a concealer, this is a corrector. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Brighten and Corrector Duo. I'm using the correcting side. I like to do like my lightest concealer out of the two that I typically use first, and then I'll go in with like my normal highlighting concealer. So we're gonna do that. And right on top, I'll add my regular concealer that I was mentioning. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Sucre d'Orge. And yeah, we're just gonna add that all over the areas that I want to continue to bring some light into the skin. So the under eyes, the sides of the nose, the sides of the mouth, the chin, as well as the Cupid's bow. And again, I'm just going in with my Beauty Bakery sponge to blend that all in. For my cream contour today, I've been so obsessed with this product from Danessa Myricks. This is the Balm Contour. The way that this product blends into the skin is literally magic. It's just so good. I highly recommend if you're looking for a new kind of like cream contour product to use before you go with like your bronzer. Like if you do like the layering type of thing, please just check this one out because it's so good. So now that all of my liquids and creams are on, I'm gonna go in with some powder. I'm gonna start setting the under eyes and all of the highlighted areas first using the Chanel Natural Finish Loose Powder. You guys know how much I've been obsessed with this powder. I'm using shade number 20. And then for the rest of the face, I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder in shade Medium Deep. So now that everything is set with powder, I'm gonna go in with like my powder bronzer and blush. For my powder bronzer, I'm using Colored Raine's bronzer in shade Cinnabay. This shade right here has been like my favorite right now. It just has like that perfect amount of warmth. It's not like too neutral, but it's also not too incredibly warm where it makes you look super orange or anything. It's just like that perfect balance. I'm now going in with my powder blush. I'm using a mixture of the shades Coral and Peachy from Beauty Bay. These are their powder blushes, like the compact ones. I've been really liking these. I love Coral, but sometimes it can be a little bit bright, like on its own. So I like using a mixture of these two shades together to kind of tone the brighter one down. And then to add just a tad bit of extra highlight to the under eyes, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation in shade 235. I also like to do a reverse contour for my nose instead of doing like a full-on like, you know, contour with like darker shades, because I usually like mess up when I do that. So I do a reverse contour. So I'm also going to add a little bit of this powder onto the bridge of the nose to create like a really subtle like highlight. And then to do my nose highlight, I'm gonna go in with the Milk and Honey palette from Beauty Bakery. I'm using the shade Be Sweet, and I'm applying that onto the bridge, the tip, and the sides of the nose as well. Then next I'm gonna add my little beauty marks. I actually have like beauty marks in a few of these places. So they have the original like freckle makeup type of shade, and then they have Freck Noir, which is a little bit darker. I like using this one for my beauty marks because it is a little bit darker. So I like to add this on the places where I actually have beauty marks. And if there's any spot where I have like a blemish or, you know, a little pimple or something like that, I'll put this on that spot too to kind of like disguise it, you know, we gotta finesse that. And that's pretty much it for the skin though. So I'm gonna move on to brows. I'm not really doing too much with the brows today. I just kind of filled them in with a brow pencil. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in shades Brunette and Espresso. Espresso is slightly darker, so I like to use it on the outer portion of the brow, and then Brunette I'll use on the inner part. Then to set the brow hairs, I'll use the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel, and I'm just gonna comb that through the brows, and that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna add a little bit of concealer onto the bottom portion to clean them up. This one is from Rare Beauty, but you can honestly use like any concealer. This is what was kind of like closest to me, so I ended up using that one just to clean up everything. Start off the eyes, I'm priming using the Be Perfect Perfect Prime eyeshadow base. I've been using this for such a long time. This is like my favorite primer right now. It's definitely too light for me, so I like to go in with a blending brush once I'm done applying it and just kind of blend out the edges into my concealer so there's like a nice seamless base there. And then I'm going to go in with my eyeshadows. I'm using the Playing in Makeup by Yolondo times Beauty by Melissa Artistry Vault palette, and the first color I'm going into is the shade Girl Bye. This is one of the darker brown shades in the palette, so I'm gonna use that to create a kind of like winged shape for this look. That's definitely like the shape that we're like going for today. So everything is gonna be like super winged out, like pulling all of the colors outwards to like the hairline and everything. So once I'm done applying that color, I'm gonna go in with my second transition color. This is Glazed Donut. It definitely has more of like a orangey red type of undertones. It's gonna bring a little bit of extra warmth into the eye look. And then to blend that second shade out, I'm using the color Senge Nudes. I really love this color because it's just like the perfect like transition color, especially if you're using browns. Like the tone of the color and just the shade of it is perfect when you're doing like a neutral type of look for like your crease colors. So I'm using that as my final transition color. And then to highlight the inner corner, I'm going in with that beige color called Wow. Next, we're gonna cut the crease. It seems like there's a ton of negative reviews with this particular product from NYX. This is their Vivid Brights color cream. So the way that I kind of figured out how to use this particular product is to mix it with a concealer. So I'm using the Morphe Fluidity Concealer, I think it is, in shade C 0.00. This is just a white concealer. So you can honestly mix this with any white concealer and it's just gonna loosen the product up. I think the main issue that people have with this product is it's very like thick and it dries really fast. So there isn't a lot of playtime with it. You kind of have to work really fast. But if you mix it with a white concealer first and then apply it, it just gives you that extra bit of time to kind of like work with it. There's so many negative reviews for this NYX product, but the colors that they have are so cute. So it makes it really hard to like not want to at least try it and see if you can work with it. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much how I kind of like finesse that product. So once I'm done cutting the crease, I'm going to add an eyeshadow on top of that. I'm using this pastel blue color from the Morphe 35 eye palette. Honestly, it was the only blue that I had in like my collection that matched with the color of the NYX Vivid Brights color cream. So that's the reason why I used it. Or else I would have just gone in with like the blue from the Artistry Vault palette or like some other blue that, you know, kind of wasn't so random. And now I'm just basically finishing up the outer corner, kind of filling in that little empty space that we had there. And I'm using the same shadows that we use on the crease. So I'm going in with my darkest brown first, and then I'll use my second darkest brown just to blend it into the lid space. I definitely wanted to do a smoky type of liner for the lid. So I'm going in first with the BH Cosmetics Power Pencil, and this one is in shade Warm Brown. I'm going to use that on the lash line first as kind of like my base. And same thing with the outer corner. I'm going in with those darker crease colors and just using that to blend out the liner. For the waterline, I definitely wanted it to match the lid space, so I'm using that same little mixture of the Morphe concealer and the NYX Vivid Brights cream color, and I'm going to add that to the lash line using a really flat synthetic brush. I'm also going to take that time to add some color to the lower lash line too, so I'm just going in with those same crease colors to smoke out the lower lash line. Now it's time for some mascara. I'm using a little bit of the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. Honestly, you can use any mascara that you want to. At some point it kind of all becomes like no, I'm lying, it's not all the same thing, because there's some mascaras that work really well for me and there's other mascaras that are complete trash on my lashes, but I do like this one. This one's really good. But yeah, just pick up your favorite mascara and add that to your lashes before you go in with your false ones. The false lashes that I'm using today are from CrvstalLashes and they are in the style Butterfly. And finally for the lips, I'm going in with my lip liner first. This is the JCat Beauty Holy Addiction lip liner in shade Deep Brown. I struggled with my lip combination today because I really wanted to do a dark brown type of lip color. So once I was done applying my lip liner, I decided to use Beauty Bakery's Lip Whip in shade Cake d'Ivoire. Now, although this color is super gorgeous, I was just really self-conscious about how it looked with the eye makeup. So I tried to lighten it up using their Lip Whip in Fortune Cookie and added that to the center. And then I just didn't like the shade of the color, like the colors mixed together. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna add a gloss on top of that. And that's pretty much how I came up with this lip combo. So the gloss that I'm using is from Soap and Glory. This is their Pillow Plump lip gloss in shade, what shade is this? This is Nude in Town. Alright guys, so this is the finished look with the makeup. I went ahead and also added my concealer to my part here because I didn't do the bald cap method, so it was just looking kind of crazy up at the front here. And I added some waves using my crimper off camera. So you got some cute little waves going on. I love this hairstyle, it's so cute. Let me know in the comments too any topics that you'd like me to touch on during these type of videos. I've never really been good with small talk. I'm definitely more of one of those people that enjoys kind of like deeper conversations. So if there's a topic that you'd like me to touch on, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys think that I'd be thinking. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I love you guys and hopefully I will see you in the next one.